Hello, y'all. I'm here for the Ismisha Era podcast in Crooked House for the Anti-Racism Fund, and I'm here with a young man, Grant Averius, Grant Squirrels, and we're here to have a conversation. And so, Grant, yeah. First off, can I ask, what's your ethnic background?
I'm Lithuanian and Nigerian.
Okay. And how would you say being those things has affected you growing up in Ireland?
Funny one to be honest. When I was a kid, bro,
Yeah.
I thought I was adopted, G. Because I didn't trust my parents. And I was like, bro, how can I be two things at once, G?
Yeah.
No, this confused me as a kid, bro. When you're a kid, you don't really understand the topic of race, G. So I used to think I was adopted for a long time because I was like, bro, all my other friends, like, Lamak, bro, he's Pakistani, ex-Pakistani, he's Pakistani squared, bro. So I'm like, what's up with me, bro?
Yeah.
And then, honestly, you're kind of like ignorant as a kid to everything, which is kind of nice, but it was very I didn't feel very rooted in any community. You know, I grew up in Ireland, but I wasn't Irish.
Yeah.
So that leaves me out of the group. I was Lithuanian, but I wasn't fully Lithuanian, so if I float over there, like I'm still getting whatever's over there, you know what I mean? And then Nigerian, G, I'm black, but I'm not fully black. But everybody considers me black, but I'm not fully black.
Yeah.
And I know that's the thing that all light-skinned kids go through, and this, but mine is real, especially when you're a kid, you can't explain it in words like that.
Yeah.
You're just like, something's going on here, G, like, what's going on here, you know?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. So, could I ask, would you say you have experienced racism while growing up here?
In Ireland, yeah, I think in Ireland it's more like profiling than outward racism.
Yeah.
Like, compared to like something like Eastern Europe, it's very different. Eastern Europe, the hatred would be very like forthcoming. Like it'll be in your face, you don't know. It'll be a running joke, anything like that. But out in Ireland, it's more so like questioning what people's like motives behind what they do are based on. You know, I had like a fight with my neighbor the other day that almost turned physical. My mom came to me like a week later and she's like, do you think our neighbor's racist? I'm like, gee, it's probably the first thing I thought. But she's not clued into that. But it's just like that I hate that side of it, like questioning what people's views of me are because of what I look like or anything like that. And it's always something in the back of my head. And like thinking, does someone perceive me as this stereotype because of their own views? And you'll never know, bro. Everybody has their own like life experiences that have shaped their just like subconscious mind and how they view the world. And I can't control that, but it doesn't stop me from like wondering about those things and thinking about them and the way of my mind. So,
Would you say, how about when it came to your school life and like primary school, secondary school, would there how did the other children react to you?
Well, primary school is a funny one. Primary school was a bit of a war zone for anyone who was, you know, not white.
I hear I was there.
We were all fighting, bro. But bro, my memory's real bad, so I don't even remember school days. If you know this.
Yeah.
Primary school, G. Primary school, I was a very quiet kid. I think I felt very outcasted. But honestly, my primary school did have a good bit of diversity in it. So when I looked around at my circle, my entire circle was non-Irish, or like not Irish, like ethnically or whatever. We're all Irish born. Honestly, primary school was more so just like kids being kids and saying stupid shit and all that kind of stuff. I don't know what level of like psychological effect any of that like schooling experience had on me, to be honest. I've only dived into that in my head. But secondary school, you know, you get to gain a bit more consciousness and introspection and all this kind of shit. Secondary school was a bit odd. Secondary school definitely felt more of the whole outcasted thing. Flipping kind of feel segregated a little bit more. Same, you kind of start to get the ideas of like who looks at me for this, or what do people think of me. But honestly, my experience in school wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad, man.
That's good. That's good. But would you say that within Ireland, children are like correctly educated about racism?
Not at all, bro. Not at all.
There's like would you ever remember a time in school where like a teacher would be like, nah, like this is what racism is, or like this is what you cannot do, or anything.
Also,
Like
having racism talks and
yeah,
shit. But did we even have racism talks? Like, it's obviously a thing of like no racism, this, but like every teacher I've ever had in my life was white.
Yeah.
And now looking back on it, as I'm older, I'm like, you clearly don't understand the topic of racism.
Yeah.
So it's like, how much can you even have helped me? Do you know what I mean? Like, they really don't get it. You know, one of your classmates say the N-word or something, and it's more so a thing of like, don't say that, this. But it's not like actually looking at the problem and how that's affecting that student's life, and like that student doesn't want to come to class now, like he's having problems with said. And you're just like, oh no, but I stopped him from saying it that one time, so like, well, you know what I mean?
It's all good now. Yeah. Or like, would you know, obviously this is a rite of passage, I think. You know, the day will always come when eventually in one textbook or novel, you know,
nigga, Mr. Gordon, bro, I'm calling you out, bro.
You know, it's the idea we say. You know,
there's always that one guy who's a bit too confident to say that word.
Yes.
Don't laugh, it's just a book. I'm just doing my job, I'm just reading. Like, man, you could have skipped the word.
Yeah.
It's okay, bro. Yeah. It's okay. If you want to say it, bro, go say it. Go
Say
say it in your shower, bro. To hear it, bro. But I remember, bro, I'm actually airing this is like public.
Go on.
But I remember, bro, I had this one English teacher. He was a funny guy, but he was a bit of a prick. Definitely a bit of a prick. And I remember one time, we were reading this book, I think it was like Of Mice and Men. That one with Lenny, that retarded guy.
Yeah.
Squashing puppies and shit. And then, bro, I think they say nigga in the book a few times, or maybe that's To Kill a Mockingbird, any book. And so this guy would always say with chest, right? And he'd read the story like a real storyteller, like he put all this emotion into it and all this. So I was just like,
you're saying it too comfortable, sir.
Hey man, this page really excited you, bro.
You're real ready.
Yeah. He's read the book a couple times.
He was turning the page ahead like, oh, I can't wait.
Bro, like he's in his home the day before. Need to practice. Practice. You know.
Yeah. Make sure to make eye contact.
Yeah, bro. This one girl. I won't even say her name. I probably shouldn't have said the teacher's name.
Fuck it, we all good.
But this one girl, she's like, yo, you can't be saying all of that, like this regular shit. And he kicked out the class or some shit like that. He's like, if you're gonna be in my English class, you're gonna teach English this way. Like we are not. This is like above racism. Like we are not doing this. Like and yeah, like this is English. Like this. At the time of this book being written, like whatever like accumulation of bullshit he's like convinced himself in his head. And like, bro, I understand logically the point he's making, but it's like as a like older figure, not parenting figure, but like guardian figure, like as a teacher, one of your students are uncomfortable with the word. How much are you sacrificing to like skip over that? And like how much comfortability are you allowing them in your classroom versus like your own ego and your own pride and your own like, I studied English for this many years, I'll do this, I'll teach them how I want to teach them. Like, gee, like get a job, bro. Like I know you're working your job, but like please focus on your job, bro. Like,
literally. If you could think of like how, obviously this is a hard question, like, but like how would you make the school system a bit better and a bit more comfortable? Like it could be anything, just the tiniest change that you feel like would help someone who is like growing up now.
Bro, I think I don't know if this is the school's hiring or just how many people of diversity apply to be a teacher or whatever the fuck. I don't know the background of this. But honestly, having black teachers would have been sick, or even just like ethnically diverse teachers would have been sick. Every single teacher I had in my entire life that I've ever seen in any school was Irish, maybe like one like Arab or Indian fella or whatever. But like, I remember even when I got to college and we had that like black professor at one time for lectures, and he was like talking about racism and all that, like take it so much more seriously. It's so much more like close to heart. He actually knows what he's talking about, and like even though I only went to one of his lectures, and he had one lecture, it had so much more of like an effect, and it like gave me so much of a more like different perspective to the topic that I was learning about. Like this is something that could actually teach me about. Even just having like the just the figure, like there's somebody in that like guardian category, like when you're a kid where you look at adults like, you know, these are the people to be respected, these are the people I need to listen to, this having somebody that like actually understands, that looks like you or you think could be you or relates to you, I think would change a lot, honestly. Especially like when you're really young, because like I seen it when I got to college and I felt the effect it had on me, like, but as like a 10-year-old kid, it'd probably make a world of a difference.
You know, representation is really important, bro. You have to know that there's people like you, honestly.
Bro, like even growing up, bro, like a lot of people in my life, and this is like the sad thing, but a lot of people in my life have told me, you know, like, bro, up until said age, I never really knew I could do anything but said this one thing, and it might be like illegal or just a bad idea or whatever, you know. And it's like, and as I got older, especially like with me, and I started my business, a lot of my friends or family told me like, oh yeah, like I never really seen that you could actually like do something like this or like go down this path. But until I seen it, I didn't believe it. And that's exactly what it is. If you don't have these figures like represented in these kids' lives, they're not going to think past it. They're just going to think it's impossible. A kid cannot rationalize like a wider perspective like that. You know what I mean? They need to be shown. They need to feel included. Like these are ground level things that need to be done for a kid's development. So yeah.
Okay, and we are back. Grant, you know, I wanted to ask you, what would you say is the economic cost of racism that you've witnessed?
I like London. When I went to London, my favourite thing that I've seen in London was how diverse London was as a country. As many problems as the UK has, because different ethnic groups have been in London for so long, over so many generations, you will see shit there you'll never see it. Like, I was going to get the train and I seen an old ass white lady like in her 80s and an old ass black lady, and they were like best friends, bro. They were like twinning, all of this, and they had the same accent. And you would just never see something like that in Ireland. Like, we haven't been here a very long time. Most of us are like first or second generation immigrants, and because of that, there's still such like a high barrier put up like instinctually by people of like stay with your own, and like all of this like segregation is still a lot more like prominent here, and that seeps into the working world and economic debuffs or benefits or whatever. Like, even in the jewelry world, most jewelers are family run. Most jewelers are Irish, like white Irish. They wouldn't really, I don't think, hire many black people. Not many black people here would take interest in it because it's not part of their community over here. Like, we're just not like together yet. And like black people are usually off. Obviously, there's black people working corporate and everything and doing all these other things, and everyone's working together. But like in a space, especially like when you're doing your own thing, you would tend to be doing it in your community and like selling to people in your community and shit like this. And the market could just be so much bigger if it was more diverse the way London is. You know, like there's something for everyone, and everyone is in something. Do you know what I mean? Compared to over there. So yeah, and even because we haven't been here generations, like, let's be real, black people don't have money the way the white people out there have money. Like, people have been here families, generations. Like, there's wealth that hasn't been touched because we haven't been here a very long time. That barrier needs to drop, bro, so that we can start making some real peace. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, of course.
And it will happen eventually. You know, eventually, 100 years from now, that won't be as much of an issue maybe, but at the moment that's still a barrier. And I think that's why so many people want to leave. Like I'd much rather be in New York or London, where like me being mixed is only to my benefit. You know, like I relate to more people, I have a bigger pool of people, like I can be one in 1,000 different people and nobody questions it. Over here, it's like I might be the one black guy working in a jeweler of like 50 white people. Do you know what I mean? It's just a bit odd.
Yeah, I understand. You know, how would you say, let me think, sorry. What would you say, how would you lead us out of the trap of racism?
Jesus Christ.
I know, it's a hard thing question. it's a lot for this interview, but we're here for those questions. Take your time.
Anything is gonna take time.
Time.
A lot of time. I don't think people change their views, and like especially older people, man. Yeah. Older people, you know, people who are 40 and above are the people who hold real power in most communities, are the people who own land, are the people who own you know, assets and like control the government and all these other things. And these people have had certain views for 40 odd years or however long they've been building these views. And they're stubborn, man, that they're not going to change their mind a lot of the time. You know, the older you get, the more stubborn you get, the more in your way you are. So I think as new generations come along, they'll start to change. Like, you look at the statistics, I think it's something like 80% of Gen Z have dated outside the race. And then if you compare the previous generation, like millennials, that percentage is way lower. I don't know the percentage, I'm not just going to compare that statistic, but I know for Gen Z it's 80%, which might be an American study. But shit like that, you know, even in just the dating scene, if 80% of our generation is dating outside the race, that's acceptance. We need more and more acceptance, bro. We need everyone to understand that it's one planet, not one country. Obviously, you know, be patriotic, be all these things, love your country and this. But also don't hate others, keep a wider perspective. That's how we're all going to work together. So we don't work against everyone, we share the same planet.
Yeah, beautiful. Now, would I ask, do you think the Irish population, and I mean like quote unquote like ethnically Irish in my statement, because of course we are Irish, do you think that they accept that they themselves could be racist, or that racism exists in Ireland?
I think there's like a prevalent notion that Irish people believe they can't be racist. I don't know where that stems from, but I know like even like the older generation, obviously now with the whole immigrant situation, a lot of them are very front facing and like, fuck these, you know what I mean? Which is horrible. But like before this whole era, it was always like a stereotype that Irish people are very kind and very accepting and like, we aren't racist, we can't be racist, and this is this. I think believing you cannot be racist does not make you not racist, bro. Like it takes a bit more introspection and understanding than just saying, I can't be a racist. You know, none of my family is a racist. Maybe your family is racist. Saying it doesn't mean they're not racist. You know what I mean? Like I seen this story the other day, and some woman, I don't know what the problem was. Some Muslim woman, I think she was black. Yeah. She was walking across the street with her daughter. Don't know where. I seen this one rapper guy talking about, I think his name's Dynasty or Boyfriend Dynasty. Yeah. He talked about it beautifully in the whole situation. He handled it real well, just the way he reported it. He was sharing about these two women, mother and daughter, and they're walking across the street, and some white Irish lady gets some random problem with these ladies, like they're in her way, some shit like this. This woman leaves her car, and she's like shouting the anger at these lot. It's like a mother and a daughter, bro. And she's just doing all the craziest shit. And she might even like stop the phone and like, I'm calling the guards, this, like just pure profiling, pure racism. You know what I mean? And then people like look into this woman, and I might be wrong, but like she works in like healthcare or like for elderlies or some shit like this. A lot of people are like, bro, imagine your mom's like in some elderly thing or like needs some healthcare, and now there's one woman working there who just thinks a certain way of her. Do you know what I mean? Like, thinks she deserves that, so this is this. That's how people are looking at it. And I understand the fear. My mom's not at that age yet, but when she is, like, that would definitely be, well, not my mom, my dad.
Yeah.
That would definitely be like something that would be on my mind. But then the woman writes her a letter, bro. So this woman sends like the most detached, unapologetic letter I've ever read. Like, clearly not sorry for anything, just the backlash she's been getting. She wants to get away from it. And in this letter, she's like, my daughter is mixed, I can't be racist, like her father's black and all of this. And I'm just like, she just feels sorry for her daughter, bro. I'm just like, so just because you have a mixed daughter, you assume that has taught you enough about racism. Like, I know for a fact my mom has a very limited supply of knowledge on the topic of racism. Like, the only times we've ever talked about it, I can tell she doesn't understand it too well. And she means no harm by it. My mom isn't doing what that woman's doing and all. But I understand she's not from a place where there was diversity and where she was from. She doesn't understand. She cannot see it, but she doesn't experience it. You know what I mean? But my mom doesn't assume that she understands it because her kids are black or anything like that. You know what I mean? And then this woman here, she thinks she understands it because her kid is mixed. But I'm like, if anything, you might understand it less. But honestly, if anything, if you're able to do that while having that says even worse things. Honestly, I don't know why you even admitted that, because now everybody's just feeling bad for your daughter. Like, let me not even insult her too much, but I thought that was just crazy.
And actually, thinking about families, obviously you're both Nigerian and Lithuanian, and of course Irish now, but always Irish. Would you say, like, family-wise, you've ever experienced racism from either side, in your Lithuanian side or your Nigerian side? I would say Nigerians, we can be racist. We can be
racist. But you know, the one thing I appreciate about the Nigerian side of things is that the West is very focused on, like, being face value kind. You know what I mean? Like, not offending anyone outwardly or anything like that. Nigerian people, you know, Indian people, all of them, bro, they'll say whatever they think, they straight to your face if it comes to it. And it's like, okay, at least I know what you really think. Do you know what I mean? But Western people will assume it's better to hide it and just think it in secret. And it's like, see, that's like bottling stuff up. Like, it's only gonna cause worse. Like, that's a big factor in the whole, like, immigrant thing. Like, oh, we aren't racist for so long, but all of a sudden, you know, you introduce the whole immigrant situation going on, which, for better or worse, whatever's going on with that, I don't know too much about. Then it's all of a sudden niggas have all these strong emotions, like, gee, they've been there from the get-go. Like, this is a topic that was ignored. You know what I mean? And you can't just say you're not. And then it'd be, but Nigerian people, they be racist. The Lithuanian people be racist. Everybody be racist. Let's be so real. The places that are the least racist are the places that have just introduced diversity over a long span of time, and they had their fair share of problems, plenty of problems. Because the longer we work together, the longer we get to understand each other, the more we try, the more we'll finally get to the end goal. None of us have reached it yet, though. Like, maybe fucking Brazil is the closest, bro. And they don't even fucking know. They don't know. What would you like? You know what I mean?
You know, black out Dominican.
You know, black out Dominican.
No, actually, man, thinking about actually balled up racism right now. Obviously, you know, there's a big thing hanging over there. I know you remember it. You remember the Dublin riots? What was it? It was almost 2 years ago now. Yeah, it's been a second. What would you say? What was your experience?
Dublin riots. I was outside in Dublin City. We go to college in Dublin City. I was outside linking a client. Supposed to take an impression. Couldn't take the impression because, like, bro, I'm standing there by these Lewis tracks or whatever, going to the spot. And all the transport's shutting down, like, the place is just getting a bit rowdy. I'm like, yo, this is not Saturday night, bro. What's going on? You know what I mean? And, like, Lewis's are getting cancelled and shit. So I'm like, okay, bro, let me just head my ass back. Like, I don't have time for this. You know what I mean? So I canceled the booking or whatever. And I'm waiting for like Lewis or something, bro. And some white Donny, he like throws a cigarette butt at my feet, or like he spits it in my direction. I'm just like, brother, are you good, bro? Like, is he tapped, bro? Is he throwing a cigarette in my direction? Because this is just irregular, this is just antisocial behavior. So I'm like, what fucking nitty have I ran into? And now, bro, as I said this year, your man's instantly aggy. I'm like, alright, cool. I look behind him, about 7 guys on the same vibe. I'm like, fuck, bro. I'm pissed, but I'm about 8 guys pissed. You know what I mean? And so these guys are squaring it. I'm just like, fuck, right. I'm kind of just holding it, but I'm just like, look at the situation, like, I don't know. And honestly, God bless them, some nitties did come in, like on some Captain Underpants shit, and this nitty, she's like 5 foot tall, bro. She's like, get away from me, what the fuck's wrong with you lads? And I'm just like, look at her, I'm like, peace, how you this one, I'm gone, like, you can handle this one. And they calm down now, because she's just some old Irish white lady, and she's with her boyfriend or whatever. So God bless her for stepping in. But then I get back to the college G, and everyone's like, oh my God, we're in a riot. Like, people are freaking out and shit like this, and people are like, if you need to stay in the college overnight, and honestly, that was a good thing the college did. Actually, it wasn't even my college that said if you want to stay. Nigga, fuck you, SCA. Slide. Nigga couldn't pay for staff to be overnight for the safety of the students. Slide out there.
It was diabolical.
Yeah, so students are going to like other colleges and shit to like stay overnight or whatever, or late. And I know our college didn't do that, but I remember everyone's calling people being like, can I stay at yours tonight? Can I this? Bro, I'm hearing like our college is 90% white, bro. Most of these conversations I'm hearing is like white people being like, oh, can I stay at yours? Like, it's too dangerous outside. And I understand like the danger of it and all, and people didn't understand really what was going on. But I think sometimes it's just like, gee, let's take a step back and really just put this situation together and see what you need and see what we need, bro. It's like, you're going a bit above and beyond. And everyone else is freaking out. It wasn't even freaking me out for real. When other people get freaked out, it gives me a sense of, not calm, but like, it just becomes more funny. Like, the worse the situation gets, it gets humorous. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just looking around and I'm just like, everybody's flipping tweaking, bro. Like, just gonna take the bus home, bro. Like, I don't know why everyone's tripping. My mom's calling me, my dad's calling me, and they're like, get the fuck out of the city and this. I don't want them to be stressing. So I cut out the city. Yeah, bro. It was just a bit wild. I seen it got worse later. And then there was looters and all of that. And this. And now people are getting bagged for. I remember all them videos coming out, like niggas in the McDonald's getting free. And it's like, gee, how are you niggas riding over? How are you niggas riding in this racist way? And your objective is to get free Balenci's, and get McFlurries for free. Like, sometimes just get a job, bro. Like,
it was never really about the immigrant thing.
Niggas is just like, niggas just want to be rambunctious. There's always gonna be like a crack in society. People are like, fuck it, we're doing all this, we're doing this. And honestly, bro, if I was 15 and white, bro, I'd be out in that JD popping shoes too.
Bro,
like,
I have a new pair of Jordans.
Like, I'm not that like politically aligned. I'm like, this is morally bad. And this is this. I think a lot of the people who are out were just just down and just down to do rambunctious shit. You know what I mean?
They wouldn't even be racist to the point of actual hatred voters. Because literally, like, if you remember like 2 days later, we're back in college, and like it was like nobody did anything.
I did see one wild thing. Honestly, the thing that made me the saddest was, I remember, bro, I used to live very close to the suas, and I could see the car park from my apartment. And I seen the strangest thing, like 2 days later. I remember even when I was like hitting the shops and shit, because I won't lie, the riot did have an effect on people, especially the way the media like conveyed it. And that's another thing about Irish media, G. Like, so much of the shit I see going on, like I'll know the backstory to how it happened, what happened, this, and it's like really not that deep. And then the media is talking about like, oh, thugs were on this, like this, like referring to us in any kind of way, and just blowing it up. Do you get me? And people like eating this shit up, building this hatred underneath. it's like Western nature where like they don't talk about it, but then one day of the year it's like the purge or something, bro. Like what's wrong with you? But I'm looking at my car park, and I seen a white lady or a black lady take a parking spot or something. It's just some regular shit. She just took the parking spot. Whoever, which one of these ladies it is. And the other one stopped their car behind their car. They got out, they started arguing. And it's an old black lady, old white lady, like 60s maybe, right? Yeah. And I'm watching this, and this argument got so heated that one of these ladies had not slapped the other lady. I'm like, bro, who is people's moms slapping each other? And like it's 2 days after the thing, and it's like maybe that's not the reason, but I've never seen anything like that where two like older women of different races are like physically assaulting each other, and now they're like grabbing each other's hair and like hitting them against the car and all this, and like people have to separate it, and it's just that tension. It's just that tension that builds, and it like seeps into like the parts of your community and society that like you didn't think it was prevalent in, and it's like this affects everybody. Do you know what I mean? And that was sad to see. And then even just like hitting my local like corner shop or whatever, and like people are looking at you funny, and like there's this tension in the air. It's just depressing, bro. Like not even scary. It's just depressing. It's just like fuck, bro. This is just sick, bro. This is just disgusting. Like I'm out here. Like, gee, I just popped out a weed, bro. I'm getting problems. Like, what the fuck have I done? Do you know what I mean? Like, what is this, bro? Like they're tying us to all these notions, all these stereotypes. Like, gee, it's the weight of the world on my shoulders too. Like, fucking relax, bro. I'm here to get like a pack of millions, bro. Like, suck my dick, suck my balls, so let me go home. So it's just weird shit like that.
A big thing that made me emotional during the riots was, do you remember when we had the Afro Sock, and the night of the riots and the day after, the whole group chat was just blowing up, and everybody was like saying all the different stories and how it affected them, and like people were uncertain about where they would go and what would happen to them, and everybody, to us, we were all scared. We were all pretty, wow, it was very scary at the time. But it did, I just wanted, like, how do you feel about the sense of community? Because I remember for me, when I saw everybody talking, I was like, nah, we have something here.
For me, it was just like, I was like, nah, this is what Afro Sock was for. It actually means something. Like before this, it was just events, but like that's what it's for at the end of the day. Like the important shit, like that community and our back end, and all of that. It was kind of nice even in like the shit event of it, to like see it actually having some like positive effect when time came to. And that's what I was saying like earlier. That's why we need this shit in like kids' lives from the get, bro. Because when this shit happens, this shit can happen anytime. Like you don't know when this shit's gonna happen. I didn't even fucking know the riot was happening. I was in town when it happened. You know what I mean? Like you need that back end. You need that back end. You need that community. It's the difference between progress and no progress.
Okay, I think that's it for now. We probably start wrapping up. Or is there anything else more that you would like to say?
It was cool. Bro, all the ethnic groups out there, you are dope, especially black people, bro. We're pretty much the coolest people around, bro. So be dedicated with what you do. Work without barriers, bro. Like crush everything you do. Be dedicated. Do anything you want to do, bro. Move however you want to move. At the end of the day, it's you who decides what you can do, bro. So I think don't ever look at anything like it's gonna limit you or hold you down, bro. Use everything to your benefit, bro. I'm fucking sick, and I know you're fucking sick, so just keep pushing, bro. That's how I'm gonna look at life. That's how I'm gonna succeed. So to the distinguished ladies and gentlemen out there of ethnic diversity, bro, keep it pushing. I love you.
Amen.
Thank you.